This video covers some of the sightseeing of Red Rock Canyon National Conservation Area, Mount Charleston Wilderness Federal Lands, Bryce Canyon National Park, Zion National Park, Red Rock Casino Resort and Spa. First items on our traveling agenda are visiting Red Rock Casino and the Red Rock Canyon. This is my first visit to Nevada, and I am enjoying the scenic view of the mountains in the background. In my mind, I can hear someone whistling Western music and seeing people ride by on horseback. Of course, that's in my mind from watching many years of Western movies. Red Rock Canyon. The temperature was over 105 degrees Fahrenheit. Hot, but no humidity. A very light breeze. There were many visitors walking the trails from the parking lot to the base of the Red Rocks, which provided a good contrast to the height of the formation, while I enjoyed acquiring images of the canyon from the comfort of the air-conditioned SUV. Our guide shared several of his personal stories and the experiences he had here in Red Rock Canyon. In particular, one story that made us laugh hysterically was the one about finding evidence of bear in the area. Oh, the details are so funny. The sight of the mountains, the rock formations, and the vivid colors were impressive. We were fortunate to be with someone with local knowledge and personal experience of Red Rock Canyon, and that made this tour unique and dramatic. I was able to get an early morning coffee since Las Vegas is open 24 hours a day. I'm going to sit back and relax and enjoy the bus ride to Bryce Canyon and Zion provided by National Park Express Tours. It was several hours of travel from Las Vegas to Bryce Canyon. Sharon, Lynn, and I enjoyed acquiring images of the mountains, gorges, and the Virgin River while listening to the narration provided by the tour guide during the 3-hour bus ride.
Now, through several parts of the gorge, you are going to see the Virgin River, like off to the left here. It's rained recently. When it rains around this area, the water flows off the sides of the canyon walls, muddying up the river. And this is for a campsite. It's in the rock. Now you're going to see how it turns from this very light color to very deep red color coming up as we pass through this next little cutout in the canyon. This is the iron oxide that's in the rock. So you'll see it turns the rock this very, this reddish hue. Now you'll see these colors when we're up in both Bryce and Zion today. Now the Native Americans came up with this word. They believed that these rock formations, they possess spiritual powers. These rock formations are formed because back millions of years ago, this area was part of a lake bed, and that limestone, it started solidifying here. Well, as the years have gone on, you've had millions of years of erosion that have been taking place out here, not only in Red Canyon, but also up in Bryce. Now, all that erosion from the rainfall and the snow and the wind have helped reveal these rock formations that you see today.
Wow.
Now here in Red Canyon, you can do a lot of different hiking through these hoodoos. Next to that dry creek bed, this bike trail, it does go down here from Red Canyon all the way up to Bryce Canyon National Park. So if you rent a electric bike up in Bryce Canyon, you can take it all the way down here to Red Canyon. Coming up on the second one.
Here's an image of several trails we will not be hiking. Bryce Canyon's elevation ranges between 9,100 feet and 6,600 feet, most of it being around 8,000 feet. Lynn and I are going to enjoy the view from Sunset Point and not venture off on any of the other trails. However, Sharon decided to venture way over there. When I mentioned to Lynn, I think you can see me a long way with this white hat as I venture down that trail. Lynn said, at your age, you should just stay up here with me. So, when the wife suggests not to do it, I did what any husband would do who has been married 53 years. It was a long way to that location. Sure glad I stayed up here with Lynn. It was a short drive from Bryce to Zion, with a stop here at the trading post for restrooms, souvenirs, and a few snacks.
Zion, this is the smaller of the two tunnels. Ready? Because you're going to see several good views through some of these openings. We got one opening at the very end that's going to be the largest. We'll slow down for you. That way you guys can get a great photo. But they are pretty amazing. Okay guys, we're coming up to the largest opening. So make sure you have those cameras ready. This is going to be a very nice view into Zion Canyon. Okay guys, we're coming up to the largest opening, so make sure you have those cameras ready. This is going to be a very nice view into Zion Canyon. Now this is why I always like coming from the east entrance to the south entrance. Now just ahead of us, if you look at the side of the cliff directly ahead of us, you'll see that waterfall that I was telling you about. You got that black streak that's running down it, and about halfway down it will come off the side of the canyon wall and start misting into the canyon. And if you come in the later times during the day, it'll push out rainbows into the canyon. Now be looking on the left side of the bus as we go around this corner, because you're going to see that weeping rock that I was telling you about. You're going to see just how much water is still coming out of the canyon here. See how wet it is? Just ahead of us is the Grand Archway. Now, above this archway sits the end of Canyon Overlook Trail. So just up there, you'll see people walking around up there taking photos of you guys. If you got a really good camera, you can zoom in and see the people up there. But we're gonna stop up here right at the bend. That way you guys can get a picture of the archway.
It was a good choice to take this bus tour on my first visit to Zion National Park. My second time will be by private vehicle, where I could linger longer at other locations for pictures.
Now look down. As we pass over this concrete bridge, you'll see that slot canyon that I was telling you about. See how narrow this slot canyon is. Now this tunnel that we're going through, they built this tunnel in 1923.
If you arrive in your own vehicle, you can take the Zion Shuttle, a free public transportation system which accesses the Zion Canyon Scenic Drive and the major trailheads like the Narrows and Angel's Landing. Our last driving adventure in Nevada is going to be viewing the Spring Mountains, about 35 miles northwest of Las Vegas. We will stop at the visitor building prior to driving up to Mount Charleston. I strongly suggest you stop here to enjoy the history and educational information provided and the restroom before traveling on your way to Mount Charleston. Driving up from Las Vegas at an elevation of around 2,000 feet, there are hot desert lands. But as you begin to rise up into Spring Mountains, at about 5,000 feet, you begin to see the landscape change from desert to trees, stream beds, beautiful mountain scenic view, and a comfortable 20-degree Fahrenheit cooler temperature. I'm glad to be able to take pictures as a passenger on these steep, curvy, mountainous roads. While looking out over the desert below, we are keeping an eye out for wild horses and historical wild burros along Lee Canyon and other areas of Mount Charleston in Nevada. Anything jumping up in front of us. Lynn and I have our own 27-foot travel trailer, so we find it interesting to watch other people pulling their travel trailer up these steep mountainous roads.
Put this top down for the ride back. Nice. Open up. Make too much money.
We have experienced another wonderful adventure with family. From the Las Vegas Strip on the previous video to the mountains of Bryce Canyon, Zion National Park in Utah, and Red Rock Canyon, Spring Mountains of Nevada. Well, it's going to be late when we return back to Tampa, Florida. Thank you for watching Adventures of Charlie and Lynn, our YouTube channel.